Welcome back to another video. My name's Lisa Jane, and in today's video I am going to be choosing my January TBR. I cannot believe I am saying this. I am filming this on the 27th of December, so not just long after Christmas. I've got lots of new books on here that you probably haven't seen before, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly run through the books on my cart, and then, like the last video, I'm going to be using my new TBR cards to choose my reads for January. So, quickly, before we get started, I just wanted to show you a few of the new books on here. So, I think The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is a new one by V. Schwab. I've only read Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I read that earlier this year and absolutely loved it, so I wanted to read some more of V. Schwab's work. I think from the last time I spoke to you, Will of the Many. This has been raved about by Freya and Jamie, who I watch religiously, and they really love this book, so I wanted to give it a try. And it's by James, I think it's Islington, or it could be Islington, so correct me if I'm wrong. But this is part of a series, so this is book 1. I think book 2 is out now, so if I like it, I can get round to buying that one. And then I also received the first Mistborn trilogy in the Cosmere universe, I think it is. I don't want to say it is a Cosmere universe novel. So I think this is the first one we start with. I did message Jamie and ask her, because I know she'd been reading these and knew quite a lot about them, and she was really kind and got back to me and said to start with this trilogy. So I got the trilogy for Christmas, so that is on there. I then have a few books down here that are off camera, but we have To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. I know nothing about these, only that I've seen them being highly recommended online, and I think it's a fantasy, I'm going to say, so that's up my street. We have also Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyke, and this just looks like my kind of story. I think that is it for all the new books on here. So we will now get on with choosing my first pick. So pick number 1 is going to be, I just look away. Pick a book you've been meaning to read forever. So let's see what options we have for this. Oh, there's all my books gone. So for this one, definitely that one. Definitely these two, if we're being completely honest. And all these are pretty new books. Ooh, this one as well. So, for a prompt that says you've been meaning to read forever, I have chosen Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I bought this when I first got into reading, and I'm still yet to read it. I have Filthy Rich Vampire by Geneva Lee. I've got all the books in this series and I'm yet to read them, so this would be a good option. We have Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. This is the second book in the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I couldn't think what it was called then. So that is an option because we are continuing a series. And then we also have The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is a YA like mystery series, but I have yet to start these as well. So it's whether really I want a thriller, mystery, or some type of like fantasy. And I think I am going to choose for this one. Oh, this is really difficult. I think I'm going to go with Powerless, which is exciting because this is one of like, when I first got into reading, this was like one of the ones that was constantly mentioned online, and obviously it's died down a lot now, but yeah, Powerless by Robin Roberts is going to be my book number 1 for my January TBR. I don't think I said how many I'm going to be choosing, and I think we are going to choose 6 and go back to the normal amount. So with that, we will choose book number 2. So let's get the cards out again. I'm trying to do it so that you can see. We'll go from this side. So it says, pick a book described as heartbreaking. I am going to, is there more than one? Let me see. I think we could choose, dare I say it, Alchemised by Senlin Yu. I think this is quite a tearjerker. I think we could also pick The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, because I think this is quite a tearjerker. And I also think we could choose Winter Garden by Kristin Hannah, as she is known for books which bring out lots of emotions in people. So I think for this one, I am going to choose, I think I'm going to go with The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I'm sure this is probably going to be heartbreaking. You can let me know in the comments, but obviously don't give anything away. But that is going to be my second choice for the January TBR. So, book number 3 is going to be read a book that you've been avoiding. So I would say been avoiding would be Filthy Rich Vampire by Geneva Lee. And none of these, because these are all new. I think maybe this might be the one, or Good Girl Blood again. All the ones that I chose really before, so these would be some good choices. So I think we are going to put on, let's continue the series and choose Good Girl Bad Blood. So this is the second book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I won't read the back of it because I don't want to spoil anything from the first book. But yeah, let's put this one on for a book that I've been avoiding. Book number 4 is going to be, let's go with that one. Pick a book with found family. So I think for this one, I'm going to choose what I know has found family in it. and it's continuing a series again, which is always good, and that is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 5th book in the Throne of Glass series, so I'm not going to talk too much about this one. But yeah, I've been dying to get back to this world because I haven't read these books for quite a while, so it'd be good to get back to it. And the Heir of Fire left off in a bit of a cliffhanger, I want to say, so it would be really good to dive back into this one. So that is the 4th book on the January TBR, so we have literally 2 more left. These always go so quickly. So this is prompt number 5, and we will go here. What does that say? Oh, it's upside down. Pick a book with stars or moons on the cover. I think we had this prompt in December. However, we can use it again. That's not an issue. So we have, for this one, we have Heavenly Bodies by Imani Aru. We have a moon up in the top corner. We also have The Ordeals, which has stars and a moon there. It also has stars on the front of it, small little stars, and on the back. And are there any others with stars or moons? So I think that might be it. I think that is it for stars or moons. So we are going to go between Heavenly Bodies or The Ordeals by Rachel Greenlaw. And I'm going to pick, I'm going to go with, these are both first books in series, so it really doesn't matter which one I choose. I think I'm going to go with Heavenly Bodies by Imani Aru, because this one has been absolutely raved over. So that is the 5th book on the TBR. And then book number 6 is going to be, and this is my last and final book, pick a book with an animal on the cover. I don't know if I had this in December as well, I might not have. But let's see. So, that will have, surely. It's got a wolf on the cover, but I'm not going to get it out because it's massive. The Wolf King has a wolf on the cover as well. Is there any other ones? We've got dragons. Let's see. That hasn't. That hasn't. That's got a bird on the cover. Any others? It's a dragon. It's got birds on the cover again. So I think we're choosing between, oh, we've got a few now actually. So we've got Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyken. I think I said Rachel Van Dyke before. It's by Rachel Van Dyken, and this has a like a stag on the front cover, which I think I'm going to love that one. We have To Cage a Wild Bird, and we have these lovely foiled birds on the cover. We also have The Wren in the Holly Library, and we have birds again. It seems to be a common theme. You see. We have Catching Fire, which is the second book in the Hunger Games series, and we have our big bird in the middle. And then we have The Wolf King, which is a wolf on the cover, and that's by Lauren Palfreyman. So we can continue a series, or I think all of these are starting new ones. So I really need to have a think about this. And I think we need to go for a smallish book as well. So I think for this prompt, we are going to go with Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins and continue on with the series. I have read the first Hunger Games book and the last Hunger Games book, which came out this year, which was Haymitch's story. So I'm going back through them now and reading them from the beginning. So this is a good choice. So let's put all these back on the cart, and then I can show you what has been chosen for the month of January. So, the book you've been meaning to read forever is Powerless. A book with stars or moons on the cover, and we chose Heavenly Bodies by Imani Eru. For a book described as heartbreaking, we have chosen The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I'm really looking forward to this one. Then for a book that I've been avoiding, I chose, which I feel is really fair, Good Girl Bad Blood, which is the second book in the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. And then we have a book with an animal on the cover, and I chose Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. And then last but not least, pick a book with a found family, and I chose Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. So we will see how I get on with these. But these are my 6 books on my January 2026 TBR. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what's on your TBR for the month of January, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.